So women, we find 80% of men is ugly. Not okay, not unattractive, but ugly. That's why I know we're all sleeping with the same guys, because women find them all ugly. The difference was before you didn't have access to the hottest guys. You didn't have access to the celebrities. You didn't have access to, it doesn't even have to be celebrities, but just the hot guys on social media, dating apps, Instagram, right? So, all the hottest guys would go get married, and then, the okay looking guy would kind of make you laugh and you fall in love, and like the guy down the street. That's kind of how it would happen, right? Because we can build our attraction in other ways. But the issue is women mate select for looks typically in their 20s. And then in their 30s, it switches more to long-term and like resources typically. And so the issue we get is like, we get to 30, we've slept around with all these people, and then we're less valuable to the guy that was really on our level 10 years ago. But we just have an inflated sense of ego because, it's like the men being addicted to porn. We are addicted to social media. It changes our whole worldview. And nobody can convince me otherwise, because I just hear girls coming in with the same arguments that are just regurgitated on social media. And again, I think that's what happens when the media is female-led. Evil happens, right? When marriages are female-led, evil happens. And I just see the same trend that whenever stuff is catered to the woman, in even family dynamics, it's like we hear 20 years later that the dad actually wasn't a bad guy. The mom was just shit-talking him for 20 years. Or the mom's encouraging her to do OnlyFans. Like, I just see women, we just are not logical. We're emotions-based. And I just don't think it works.
So if you submit to the man, and you said about cheating once is like, okay, but what if it's multiple times?
Well, here's no respect.
Would you say, like, what would you, what's your boundaries that you would have to walk away?
So this is a hard pill, and this was a hard pill for me to swallow too. At the end of the day, we know sex is different for men and for women, right? We know this. Like, there's something innate, like when you hate a bitch, you'll call her a whore. Right? There's a reason we do this. There's something innate. There's a reason girls don't want to say their body counts, right? Because we know it makes us less valuable. And men, they don't care. Like their body counts don't matter. And I know you said you're going to break up with a guy. I don't believe you for a second. Sorry. You're not really dumping a guy because he slept with a bunch of people, especially if you don't know him.
I wouldn't want to know his name.
I know you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to know, but you would. Right? Come on. And so, but men, it's like they just have a visceral reaction because for 1,000 years, if they picked a promiscuous woman, she was gonna there was no way he would know that the kid was his, and then he could be giving his resources to a kid that wasn't his. And today, that's a big problem. I mean, there's some estimates that like 20% of men are raising kids that aren't theirs. And then you look at the data for women and body counts, and if you've slept with more than 5 people, you have like a 20% chance of a happy marriage. And they can lose everything because of this. Again, this is what happens when females lead. So the cheating thing is, we know it's different, right? So I just think cheating for women is getting attention from other men, and cheating for men is getting sex from other women. Because, okay, if you could pick one, I'm trying to explain this in the best way, but most women would pick beauty for the rest of their life over money or sex. Or if you asked men if they had to pick one of the 3, they would pick sex or money, maybe, but probably sex. Right? You know what I mean? Like, okay, if you were like ugly, but you got sex from hot guys, it wouldn't really mean anything. Like, we value beauty. We want to be beautiful. We want to be desired. So it's like when you have wives that are half naked, right? I think that's equally as cheating as a guy sleeping with another girl. I know no one really agrees with me on this, but my logic is I think women desire attention and men desire sex. So I think it's a bit hypocritical, to come in and, I just think sometimes we got to get off our high horse. And, we're not perfect and they're not perfect either. And I think it's silly to break up a marriage because he's not perfect. But I'm not saying he should cheat. I'm not saying it's good. I would be very hurt, and I hope he does. And the worst part is all these bitches are going to try to get him to cheat because I've talked about this. I just know it. I know how this is going to go. But, yeah, does that make sense? Yeah. I know it's a little.
Yeah.
But
a lot to take in. So
yeah, but I think what they've done is really dishonest to us, because they've told us you are the victim. It's the end of the world. When a lot of times the reason he cheats is because he's demasculated. A lot of times the reason he cheats is because he's in a sexless marriage. Because women, we've been told we can do no wrong and we're just victims for forever. And we never ask about our part to play. And usually when a guy cheats, the woman isn't innocent. Like, there are very few times a girl is being perfect wife and he cheats. And I think it's silly that we don't ever look in the mirror first before pointing the finger. And, and I think it can be worked through. There are people that found out about a family across town and they stayed and stuck it out. Like, I know someone, I have a relative who, he had a whole side chick and he left the family for the side chick, right? And literally the side chick died. I know and this woman was so Catholic, she prayed for a solution. She was like, God, please bring my husband back. Like, do you see how different that mindset is? Like, God, I just want my husband. Like, please, I need my husband. They don't make women like that anymore. Think about Jolie, that song. Right now we have Taylor Swift songs of a decade of her like getting ran through and just being the victim and poor me. And nothing, like, she seems like a nice woman, but nobody's told her reality. Where you had the women of 50 years ago, Jolie singing like, please don't take my man. She's like begging, I need him. We don't have songs like that anymore. We don't have movies like that anymore. It's never like, I need my husband. It's, I don't need a man. And I just think it's like programming and brainwashing. And I think a lot of times women ruin good things because we think we can do better and we don't.
Wait, Pearl, so you wouldn't mind if your like boyfriend cheated?
I would mind. I would be like, no.
So would you say, like, because I listen and I hear what you're saying, but again, it seems a bit black and white, and it can be grey.
No, I think most things are pretty black and white, and I think that's how men think. I think women, we have our emotions, so we're like, oh, and I know there's a middle ground. Like, I think if he got a bitch pregnant, I'd be, I think that might be. But I would still, the goal would always be to work it out. Like, I think that should be the goal. Like, if you can work it out, why would you not work it out? But our immediate gut reaction is leave. And I just don't think that should be the gut reaction. I think the gut reaction should be, did I do anything wrong? How did I contribute to the situation?
What if he's just a guy that likes to cheat?
I think did you really not know that before you got married?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why I'm single, no? That's why I'm not married yet.
No, right. Well, I think women, it's like, pick your poison. It's like, we want a guy that's super hot. Guys that are super attractive are going to be tempted to cheat a lot.
But they also want a guy moral high ground, right? Some of them have good morals and good standing.
Okay, so when you had moral high ground, did you wait till you were married? Where was your morality? It's like,
I never cheated.
So
but I'm saying you cheat on your future husband. Marriage is supposed to be two virgins, and the woman's virginity is way more important than the male's.
But that's not happening. So now they both are not. Whether their body count's high or low, it doesn't matter. But they're both not, and they've decided to be together and get together.
So I'm saying, like, women don't pick monogamy when we have the most choice. So when do women have the most choice? At like 22, 23, that's when we have, like, the world is our oyster. We're the hottest, and we could do anything. We can make $100K a month on OnlyFans. We could go get married. But women, like, we don't pick monogamy. But like men, their peak is like 35. That's when they're the hottest. They make the most money. They've dealt with women. So it's like when they get the most choice, we immediately judge them for cheating. But it's like when we had the most choice, we didn't choose to get married. And all I'm saying is maybe we could have some understanding for it and see where they're coming from, because their sex is in front of them 24/7. They're wired to fuck damn near. Like, we have phrases like, he'll fuck anything. And that says it's not as emotional as it is for us. Like, if we cheat to leave. You know what I mean? Like, we're not, she's not, and we're getting out of this bitch. But like when men cheat, it's just like, God damn it, the stripper came on to me.
But every
she was
time
just there. These girls were chasing me down in the bar because I was married. Like, no, but it's true.
Guilty.
Yeah. And so
she said, Lily said she's gonna hit your boyfriend up, Pearl.
Yeah, I'm not. That's why I said,